Good evening, everybody. This is Vivian. Really? Vivian? Uh, we are still reviewing the book that you still can't see. Um, A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Wisdom, and Courage by Cyndie Spiegel. And so we're going to start by going over a little bit, just kind of recapping what we talked about last night. And we talked about becoming an expert in you. There's no one else that can know you better than you. Um, and one of the things that we talked about last night was knowing who you are and be very sure about who you are. Also, make sure that you are an expert in your own experiences, right? Accept what makes you different. Because remember that we kind of connected it to our previous topic of the world doesn't need more sameness. So be uniquely you. Don't worry about what anybody thinks about that. Like I said, I'm a little crazy. I'm kidding. I'm not crazy. But that's what crazy people say, right? Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But you be uniquely you. Trust your intuitions, and because they're usually right. And just be you. All right. Tonight's topic. Today is the 17th. It is Monday, and it's President's Day here in the United States. If you're watching from another country, and most people were off work today, including me. So we are celebrating a holiday. Several presidents, not just one, but mainly Abraham Lincoln's birthday was February the 12th, so we celebrated on Monday here for some reason. Anyway, so we're talking about friendship as soulmates. This is very interesting because I read it before we got on, and I'm going to read it right now. Okay, we often seek lovers to connect at a soul level, but good friends can be soulmates too. How can you tell if a friend is a soulmate? They don't simply tolerate your imperfections, they love you because of them. Home is wherever they are, whether you're both silent for hours or talking loudly into the evening with a bottle of wine or a hot cup of tea. In this great big world, when you found a person whose crazy matches yours and your life has become brighter because of it, if that's not a soulmate, then I don't know what is. So some people have found that in their life. Uh, I don't think I've been lucky enough to do that yet. But, finding your soulmate and having them be as your best friend as well, there's nothing better. I've always aspired to that, to have someone be my best friend, somebody I could tell anything to and they would accept me as I was, and still love me despite of it. And vice versa, somebody that they could tell me anything. We could be friends and also love each other as soulmates. It's a beautiful thing. And I've seen couples like that. They're so in tune with each other that you don't know where one ends and the other begins. So it's beautiful to watch. And when you see something like that, and you're like, that's beautiful. I've always said during this whole review, don't worry about what other people have, or don't envy what other people have. You can be proud of it or like it, because when I see somebody like that, it's just a joyful, beautiful thing to me. But I want my own, and everybody's looks different. You see these couples they do everything together. They are best friends, but you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But you feel it. You know, you can feel when people are being genuine versus just putting on a show for everyone. And you know, I have friends like that who are married to each other, and they are so in tune with each other that it shines. You know, you can see their light shining, radiating out from themselves. And so when you find something like that, hang on to it, and you know, don't let it go, because it's just a beautiful thing. And you know, that's all I have to say about that. This is probably the longest anecdote, but the shortest thing, because it said everything that needed to be said. When you find somebody like that, just hang on and be happy. And I wish that for everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to find their actual soulmate. But I do have a story to tell you. My uncle is a professional storyteller, and he told a story at my sister's wedding. Now, I can't do it word for word, but I'll get the gist of it. How about that? So he says, at the beginning of time, there were stars. There's actually one star, but it's two souls. And when the world burst and came upon the scene, the stars were separated. Those souls were separated. And over the years, the souls wandered around looking for each other. Now, in the interim, they may have found another soul to connect to temporarily, but in the end, they knew that that was not their soulmate. So they wandered around and they wandered around, and eventually the two souls met, and they just knew instantly that that was the person they were meant to be with. And that was such a beautiful, beautiful story. And I think I cried the whole way. Of course, it was my sister's wedding, so I was crying anyway, but the story just made it even more gorgeous and profound for me, because I remembered that story, and my sister has been married for 20 years, so it was a really good story. And I just love that, you know, just that idea that at the beginning of time, souls were broken apart for some reason, and they wandered around trying to find each other. Not every soul is going to find each other, but when they do, they instantly know that was the other half of them. So, with that said, that's my take on it. And let me know yours. You can put it in the comments, and like and share this video. And I wish you peace. I wish you love. And I love you guys. Have a great, great night. Bye-bye.